Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is that time again. Let's go ahead and kick this up a notch, baby. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's a tragedy. Woo. Woo. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? How are we doing? Things are looking pretty green right now. Looking a little bit green. Let's see if we can kick on the good old Weeble. Let's see if we can kick on the good old Weeble. Yeah, what a wild day today. How'd we do out there today? Did we do good? Did we do good? Hello, TCI. Hello, Sierra the Noob. Chris, Win Lambo. Me too. Holder of the shares in the house, Tyler and Ling Ling. Yes, sir. What's good, Johnny Munoz? Living the dream. Give that kid some good food. She likes oranges. Mandarines. She eats pretty good. She likes broccoli, too. I would say that's good food. Surprised to see Shib listed on Robinhood this morning. Me, too. Honestly, I didn't see that one coming. Where is the good old hood? Robin the Hood. Yeah, everything got clapped. Even Robinhood was up a lot more at one point.
You want to watch a movie?
What are you guys looking at for tomorrow? How much the Hedge pay you a month? Not enough, bro. Not enough. Not enough. Now, if a Hedgie wanted to pay me, I would tell him it's $1 billion, and then I would give it all out to you guys. We get rich directly off the hedge funds. We're going to start with $2 million a piece and see where we get. AEI and BitNile stocks will explode soon. What's the deal with BitNile? I got leaps on that. BitNile? Or it's just Nile. Oh, I was typing that in wrong. BitNile. Yeah, I mean the leaps are so cheap on BitNile. It's not terrible, but it's one of those. It's got a lot of splits. Couple in there. One of those things.
Is it fine?
$20 tomorrow. That would be solid. I think it's definitely possible. I mean, futures are up. Nasdaq up 0.50%. But if we pull up AMC, you guys can see what happened in pre-market today. It was, what do you even call that? Straight up manipulation. What is this? Look at anything else. Well, the bank stocks really didn't catch the drift too much, but even a little bit they did. Look up something like SoFi, which is hurt. Which is basically in the same camp as AMC, hurt by interest rates going up. And look, they even caught a bid. And they kind of sold off in the morning, but not like AMC. AMC went straight down. I was tripping when I seen it. It was like one of the only red things in my portfolio to start off the day. Sierra the Noob. Cheesin'. Thank you. Appreciate it. $1.99. Free 99 to not short the like button. So give it a little tickle. If that's what you guys are into. Just a little tickle. What do you think for tomorrow? I think tomorrow is definitely a wild card with the banks, right? It all comes down to the banks. And you have JP Morgan. And that's going to be the big one that people pay attention to. And you want to see what the consumer is doing. So that's really going to dictate a lot. If the consumer looks healthy, if people are still getting loans or spending money, and there's healthy levels of savings and accounts and money in checking, stuff like that, the markets are going to rip. But if we're going to get red flags, let's call it that, of a recession that's coming, like in the short-term future, then you're definitely going to see the markets take a move down. Glad I did that. Gave me the great opportunity to buy more at a cheaper price. Screw them hedges. They're going to pay sooner or later. Yeah, exactly. And, you know, kind of what it looks like to me is, like stocks right now, they can run hard. They can run 100, 200% in some cases in a single day still, even when the markets are super, super red. But there has to be a catalyst. Stocks are not just running up 5 or 10% right now in a day without a catalyst. So I think it's really, they're trying to get the stock down before a big catalyst comes. Like we all know another catalyst is coming. AMC's gonna buy another business. And I think that's really a big catalyst whenever they do that. I think that's probably one of the bigger catalysts that we'll get. Just buying different businesses that end up paying out. Because you guys, I'm sure you guys have seen the power of investing, right? You can go from a young kid buying Coca-Cola stock and, 40, 50, you're a billionaire, right? That's Warren Buffett. So same logic with AMC. You could do a lot of damage just investing a bunch of money like they are. Yo, Ape Nation, Jennifer Hendricks in the building. Super Show, Infosys for the win. That looks familiar. Is that a stock? Sorry, I'm slow. Oh, it is. Okay. I know I've seen it before, but... Well, that thing gapped down a little bit, huh? No, not really. What do you guys think about the earnings in the morning? JP Morgan. A lot of people are saying that, JP Morgan, they're probably going to have bad earnings. All banks in general probably going to have bad earnings, which I feel you on that. But just like everything we've talked about here on this channel, unfortunately, people do not watch the channels by and large, right? Just investors. So they don't realize that a bad earnings report is already priced in. Unless there is something that is very, very bad, you're probably not going to see a big drop in JP Morgan, unfortunately for the bears. Holy shit. Like, the bank stocks have been cratering while the markets have been rallying. Typically doesn't happen. Volume. Always look to volume. That is true, too. That is true. Yeah, and days like this where, not even today, but just since this rally, these large volume days, if you have 42 million, 37 million shares, 42 million, 53 million shares that trade hands, it doesn't take a lot of shares at the right time to push the stock down. Oh, breaking babies' hearts. Win Nanny. You want to come sit up? Oh. It's hard for a baby. It's hard to be a baby in 2022. If you guys haven't heard. IMNOP is selected. That only select the group of people to buy in. I got lucky and bought in. Now I'm looking to average down. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Here you go. What happened to your side gig? If you're talking about Ling, I think you just heard her. People might be still buying and spending, but the money is drying up. Recession is here in my eyes. Yeah, and that's it's a lagging indicator. That's why it's so important. Markets want some kind of clue or clarity, because you have to have 2 quarters of declining GDP growth. And that usually takes a while, right? Like once you get your first declining quarter, you're already in the quarter for 3 months. And then in that case, you're already in a recession. Go take her. Can you take her downstairs? Ling Ling. Yeah, so you could already be in a recession by the time the first declining quarter comes out. So people want some kind of clarity on that. I don't know if it'll be this quarter. Likely by the end of the year, you're gonna start to get some real red flags. If not, get that first declining quarter growth. That's her little heart. Give Ling Ling big hugs. Oh yeah, she loves her dada. NC Daily Chart, Bollinger Bands indicating squeeze, price cost distribution indicating squeeze. I mean, I think we're going to get a bounce here very, very shortly. We did 7% move down today. The damn markets, bro. So it's going to be good, though. It's going to be really good. This will give us an opportunity, to hopefully pick up some options at the right time. Oscar Ramirez. What did I miss? Just got here. Not too much. Futures are ripping. And we do have those data points in the morning. Right here. It's really JP Morgan earnings are going to be important, and then PPI data. PPI month over month for March, and that's like the producer price index, kind of the producer side of inflation, and that's going to capture a lot of the commodity cost, likely a lot of that oil increase as well. How much do you think AMC is worth? Yeah, I was going to make that video and do the deep dive, but Khaleesi was on one today. But from my my analysis, it really comes down to what kind of profit margin that AMC could get. If they could become in line with the competition, 5 to 6%, then this is by far a fair valuation. But that's the question of, can they do that in how generous do you want to be with that? You know, they were only at 2% pre-pandemic. Most of the competition is at 5 to 6%. So I do think you're going to see a lot higher profit margins in 2022. And that's key. Now, when you start to like add in their investments and all that, what that could produce for them, then it changes the equation a little bit. Worried about my $60 calls for Thursday? Yeah, that's going to be tough. You know, you've probably had them for a while, but with the with options on AMC, I'm definitely a fan of getting a lot of time with them, because even if you get a lot of time and it's super far out the money, you can still flip those options very easy because the implied volatility, the IV. But if you go short term and far out the money, like try to play it really, really cheap, they might be on the cheaper side, but they're not going to appreciate the same way when you get that rally, right? Because playing options is all about how does the stock move, right? For Apple, you don't want to go out and buy a 220 call that expires in a month, because Apple does not move that much now that they have split, and I believe that was back in 2020, 2021. So they don't really move that much, and it's never going to happen. The markets know that. They're basically robbing you if you buy those options, for an example. Or with AMC, like within the next call it like the May 20th expiration, even for AMC, they charge a lot because the implied IV is a lot, because the implied move on AMC can be very big. That's why it's so juicy to sell covered calls and puts. But when you are just going like a month out and you're going to like $100 call, the contracts won't go up as much on green days. Like, you really need extra time for that implied volatility to really do its thing. Yo, member for 7 months. Let's go. Mr. Simon in the building. I like the new Twitter profile pic, bro. Y'all were up there in the mountains. It looked like the mountains. It was beautiful. I was jealous. I'm like, man, that looked peaceful. We need the Evil Knievel Gamma Ramp, more calls in the money. Yeah, and like with the Stonko tracker data, like the options, the calls that are out of the money, that run into the money, that's important. But recently, a lot of the actual price increase, especially during the last rally, was due to a lot of weekly options that were being placed. So picked up 25 AMC $18 calls for 414th and 25 AMC calls for 18 for 422. Yeah, see, that's not far out the money. That could do really, really well tomorrow if you got them today. Yeah, got to have house. That's exactly it. People, if you do not understand how to trade and control your risk, don't do it. When you buy a share, imagine it's an option that never expires. Yeah, that's the best way to sum it up in a nutshell. And trading in general really takes a long time to figure out what you're good at, how to value options, different strategies for different market environments. It takes a while, and that's why not very many people are good at it, for one, and a lot of people some people don't try to do it, right? Because you got to take years to do it, and a lot of people don't want to take years to do anything. That's why most people won't even get the long term, won't buy a stock, because they think they need all the knowledge. But Really, it's an option that don't expire. I have $29 calls expiring Thursday. Yeah, you're going to need to see a pretty big move. But, if you do trade options, what I'll give you in that realm is if you know you're doing a risky strategy, I do some pretty risky strategies, but I control the risk, right? So I try not to lose. I try to only lose a certain amount unless I play the earnings, and that's like 50-50 if you hit on those. If you hit on those, you usually do good, but if you don't, you kind of wake up and you lost money or you made money, right? That's a total gamble. But if you're ever in a scenario where you have a gain and you know it's risky, don't try to get greedy. Just sell enough to get your initial investment back. Hold the free contracts, because worst case scenario, you lost your gain, but you didn't lose your money, right? This is from the Apes Special Forces, baby. Oh yeah, we're in there, ready to take some shit out. Like SEAL Team 6 in this bitch. Coming for Kenny G. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Be a little over 5K loss, but I've made money too. Well, that's good if you've made money for sure. For sure. That day where AMC hit 35 and then came down, that was a shyster move. That was a real shyster move. Do you think if AMC goes above 80, it can cause loss, or will another cycle happen? No, this time around it will. What's different now is kind of what I've been talking about for a long time, and probably sound like a broken record, but I think it's important that everybody possible hears it. The cost to borrow rates, the cost of capital is a lot more expensive. So it's a little bit different. Well, it's a lot different now comparatively to then. The Fed was on your side. Rates were super low. So if a hedge fund wanted to borrow money, right? Take for an example the 10-year treasury, which they would probably be borrowing on a shorter duration, but all of the bonds are just really high comparatively to what they were. So we'll just use the 10-year as an example, right? 10-year, 2.74%, almost 2.75%. What was it at when AMC rallied back in June? Let's take a look. June 2021, it was at about 1.5%. So it's about 1.2% more costly right now. But you don't get an interest rate at the 10-year treasury. They charge you an additional 1 or 2% at the very least on top of that. So it's really went up, 2 or 3 percentage points just to borrow money. And then at the same time with stocks getting whacked, I mean, like, look at the commodities, look at oil, look at Russia, look at China in lockdown mode. People are charging a lot more, and that plus I think an even bigger thing is the pending recession that everybody is starting to talk about. When a recession comes, cost of capital becomes a lot more expensive because there's a lot more risk. So when you think about it in those terms, it's a lot harder to meet your margin requirements, either if you want to go out and borrow money from a hedge fund, bank, or anyone else, or if you want to put up collateral. A lot of stocks that people own are down substantially, so it takes more shares, more collateral to actually put up to stay in these positions. I think a lot of hedge funds are going to get to the point where the stock goes to 40, 50. Really, if it breaks over 50, that's going to be like the point that a lot of them, I think, are going to say, hey, we should probably get out now while our loss is contained, because I'm sure a lot of these guys, their average short position is what? We could pull up the Ortex data. I believe the average days out on loan is like 80 days. So if that's the case, I mean, where was the stock at 80 days ago? Like 30s, low 40s maybe? but we'll see the exact number. Average days out on, yeah, look, the average days out on loan is continuously going up ever since January 21st, pretty much. It's only came down a couple days here and there, but really over the past like 3-4 weeks, it's been gassing. Like the last month, it's went through the roof. So it's at, yeah, like 90 days to cover, 89 days to cover. The stock back here, I mean, you were sitting in the, where the hell were you at? 3 months ago. I mean, that would put you at like the beginning of the year, right? Roughly. A little bit in here. Yeah, so I mean, they're not even up on their positions a lot, right? Some obviously shorted back in here, they're still in, in the 30s, but even 89 days ago, 90 days ago, 3 months ago, I mean, you're looking at January 12th, right, average here, the stock was only at like $19-20. So once you start to get up to these levels, it's definitely going to have a lot of them sweating. We'll just say that. But yeah. Then what's your favorite options trading strategy? Lots of different ones. It really depends on the market environment. Right now I'm having a lot of success with like weekly it sounds so bad when you say it, like weekly or even like 2-week out options on the SPY, just because they move around a lot. But I'm not able to send out alerts on those, one, because it's simply too risky. You really have to be watching your screen at basically every minute. But those things, I mean, shit, they can go crazy. You just got to manage your risk on them, and that's the thing. Cut your loss quick. $50, $100, cut the loss. Forget about it. Make 1,000 the next one, or 500 the next one. But that's what I've been doing lately, because the markets have been freaking out. But really more like news events. That's kind of what I like a lot. If you can get the news, Twitter is a great source to get news. Like there's a couple people that have Bloomberg terminals that's all they do all day is post the news for different stocks, like buyouts. That's, I think, where you get the best risk to reward is news plays. The thing is, you only get a couple of them a day that are even worth striking on, and sometimes you don't get any. But and then kind of just macro trends too. Like we played oil, things like that. Bunch of different strategies, but hit the like button, yes. Don't need to kill the momentum, so it may take a while. June-ish. Yeah, that is possible. We just need a catalyst. I mean, that's really it, in my personal opinion. Like, the markets are not reacting favorably to stocks without catalyst. Like, it's like, why should we buy you? That's kind of the market's philosophy right now. Biden calls Putin's actions in Ukraine genocide. Wow. Young Biden grew a pair, bro. He said, that's genocide. He said, I'm not sorry for what I did, what I said. Didn't the Fed secretly bail out the hedgies? It was more so the banks bailing out the hedgies. But they don't do anything for free. That's the thing. So it's a lot of banks came in and bailed them out, even other hedge funds, because the simple fact is, during a time of low rates and plenty of money, I mean, when you're giving out money to everyone, especially the lowest income workers. The guys at the top are really raking in the dough, right? So to help out a troubled hedge fund and guarantee your money back at an insanely high interest rate because it's very risky is kind of what they were doing. It wasn't like a bailout like you would think. It was more so, you want to stay in business, I got the money for you. Kind of like blackmail, right? Little bit. You want to stay in business, I got you, but you got to make sure I can get my money back, and I need this amount of assets in an account that you cannot use, and we'll make sure you stay in business though. But I also need 10% on that. When the 10-year treasury was at 1.5%, you could get loans on that for 2.5%. They were killing them. So not really a bailout. That this time around with rates this high, I mean, a mortgage rate is at like a 15-year high. It's not going to be the same thing. People would not rush in to bail people out. Absolutely not this time around. And keep going, lower lows. Yeah, I just think there's no catalyst, honestly, and I've said that a couple times. I do realize that, but I think that's key, and I think a lot of people fail to realize it's not really about how many shares we own. It's about what the activity is, in the sense of how many people want to get into positions and how many people do want to get out of positions, like the velocity of the change. Like if 1 million people are trying to buy the stock instantly, it's going to do a lot more than 10 million people trying to buy the stock over the course of a week or a couple days, right? Even if it's a smaller dollar amount, which typically when people want to rush into a stock, it's not. But for an example, even with a smaller dollar amount, it's about the velocity. How fast do people want to get into those positions? And then how willing are people to sell? And I don't think there's a lot of the core group of apes that are selling out. I think you do have those in and out traders, but I really think a lot of like traders that come in are really buying the options in AMC. Like with the amount of volume that we've seen on those options during this rally, it would not suggest anything else to me besides traders, FOMO buyers, hedge funds. They were trading options in AMC and forcing the market makers to buy the stock. Like a gamma squeeze, basically. And then a coordinated shorting attack at the top. Because like same thing with pushing a stock up with 1 million shares, right? Just call it that, random number here, no significance. It's going to push the stock up a lot and very quickly, right? If 1 million or 10 million shares want to get in right away, you're going to eat up all those asks and you're going to shoot straight up, right? You're going to eat up all those shares people are willing to sell. And then same thing with the sell side. If you can, hit them right at the right time with the perfect amount of shorting activity, right? Flood the markets really quick. You can dramatically hold off some of those buyers, and then you start to see more people just pile in. It's really like the momentum effect there. But yeah, we didn't even see shorts cover. So I think if anything people should have gotten out of that last rally was, hey, this thing is going to be fucking explosive, and it has the power to move, and it will move again. Shorts have not covered, and they're not going to. They're going to be forced out. They're not slowly covering. They're not preventing it, if that makes sense. Buying now and market is down. Will pay huge later. Oh yeah, lots of things. I've actually been looking into Fubo TV. Does anybody use Fubo? I think I asked that on the live stream, but I don't think anybody said they use it. But I actually seen my child's mother said she loves Fubo. Watches all the new Walking Deads when they come out on there. I'm like, what? And last time she showed me something and said she liked it, was Snapchat interactive filters, playing like a game like fast food and like eating the food in the filter. And that was when Snapchat was like $15. And I bought some of that, so probably a good omen. You clickbaiting, buddy? I don't think so. I don't think I'm clickbaiting, but you open for questions? Yes, sir. Any question you have. You like the Dodgers? I really don't watch too much sports because I don't have a platform to watch it on. I was actually thinking about getting Fubo, or I believe like Hulu has sports too, right? I think. I mean, if it hits 15 tomorrow, I have 600 shares I'm looking to add. There you go. Yeah, make sure to, not financial advice, but if you guys are looking to kind of make some passive income at the same time, then, sell covered calls. That's probably the best thing you could do. Maybe wait for a bounce now, but Fubo is a great play for the World Cup. Yeah, I've heard that. I heard a lot of people like it for different sports. And it's cheap. I mean, Fubo, at the very least, is a good buyout candidate at like a 900 million market cap. It's attractive in various different ways. Ooh, when's the next big AMC screen release? Ooh, yeah. We'll look at that in just 1 second. I actually want to go to the movies. What's good, man? You think you can repost Discord link for a free AMC chat? The one in the description has expired. Yeah, I will likely start that up again. Back when I had it, people weren't very active in it. They kind of join and just not say anything. But yes. 1,400 shares with a $32 average here. Buying more tomorrow. Yeah, I need to average down as well. My average is like 37 still. I haven't bought any in a while. But, I'm not going to make that mistake. Especially at these prices. I'll slowly start to add it, I shouldn't say slowly, but a little bit more aggressively here if we do continue to go down as well. I mean, definitely not going to make the same mistake, not averaging down close to 15 again. Do you have a margin account, Creative Investor? Yes. I'm going to get Fubo. I canceled my Canny service years ago and stopped watching TV ever since. It was too expensive. Yeah, I don't know what Fubo is. I think it's like, is it 70 a month or 50 or something like that? I didn't ask her. I didn't ask her, actually. Oh, what the hell? Oh, it's lagging. Get a bunch of video ads and the damn computer starts to lag. Batman, yep, that was March 4th. After Yang. We're in March. I want a picture with it though.
What?
Sonic has been doing pretty damn good. Ambulance, yeah, I've heard people like that one somewhat. Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. Huh. I don't know. The Bad Guys, not sure about that one. The Northman. Okay. Why am I just getting April? What's that damn website? Yeah, May. Doctor Strange. Top Gun Maverick. June, Jurassic World. Lightyear. Oh, hell no. Elvis. Thor. Thor is going to be a big one in July. Spider-Man. That one's going to be interesting. Black Adam. A lot of them are like summertime. And then Avatar. I mean, that's going to be a crazy movie. But I think the next big one would definitely be Doctor Strange. And that's May 6th. There's a couple other ones, though. The Bad Guys, that might do decent. Sonic makes a good burger, too. Do you guys want me to start talking about food? Is that it? Do we gotta get on the food convo again? Cause I'm there. I'm there. Took my son to Sonic this weekend. Oh yeah, I love Sonic as a kid. Count. Knowing your shares get loaned out be used against us. You know, I get the argument there. Like they lend out the stock and it can be used against us, but I think they just do it anyways. Like, how would we even know if they didn't do it? Wall Street, I mean, they don't care about anything else besides making money. If everybody had a cash account, they would still lend out stock. Top Gun, yeah, that one too. Yeah, I love playing Sonic on the damn PlayStation 2 and then PlayStation 3. I used to run around collecting coins and oh man, that was fun. That was a fun one. No, on PlayStation 2, San Andreas was the game. San Andreas was the game, man. I I would ride my bike around town and then go hit the jumps, do backflips and shit. Have the cheat codes. I'd be driving flying cars. Oh man, that was fun. I would like to play that game again. Mm-hmm. Sonic was a good one. And then I played Twisted Metal. That was a good one on the PS2. I played that one a lot. Mm-hmm. Futures are up. We're green. We're green. Yep, JP Morgan. That's key. BlackRock. I know that's going to be a interesting one. BlackRock tomorrow morning. Bed Bath & Beyond as well. And they're at a really interesting level. I was going to make a trade on them, but I figure if they have a good report, there's likely going to be a good trade after the report, right? And I kind of felt the same way for JP Morgan, but I did go with the May 20th 155 calls like a couple minutes before the close of the day to balance out some of the put exposure and all of that. But yeah, Bed Bath & Beyond, it's at an interesting level. It's under its moving averages, 50, 100, and 2. Well, actually I got the 1348 and 200 day on right now. Yeah, so it's yeah, it's like right on its 100-day moving average. And the 50-day just crossed above the 100 days. So that's typically a good sign. But could go either way. Either way. R1, 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 L2, R2, left, down, yeah. Oh man, we were like little crackheads on the damn PS2, doing our cheat codes. Mm-hmm. Writing them down. I know you had a whole paper full of cheat codes. You had the helicopters, the planes. I know you had the flying cars. I know you had the super jump. I know you had that one too. Oh man, that was a good time. That was a good time. What do you think of Apple? I think a lot of Apple, they had their demand pulled up. So instead of like people just normally buying iPhones, iPads, all of that, I think people were flooded with a lot of money and they went out and bought those things. And that's why Apple had such great numbers for the past 2 years. And I think it's going to be very hard to keep up that level of growth, one. And I think it'll be very hard to have year-over-year growth anyways. They might actually have negative earnings growth year over year, or at least I would expect them to have year-over-year negative earnings growth because their numbers are just too good. I mean, 89 billion, 81 billion, 83 billion, and 124 billion dollars. These are per quarter numbers, and as long as you're not like me and you don't break your phone 3 times in a year, you don't have to go out and buy a new phone or buy a new iPad or a new computer. So I think a lot of people have already got those things, and there will obviously be people that go out and do it still. But comparing year over year, I think towards maybe after this quarter, people got taxes back, things like that, so it could be decent. But definitely by second, third quarter, even fourth quarter, there's going to be a lot of people questioning if Apple can continue to grow at as an aggressive pace as they have been. You know, and that was kind of the story for a little while here, because Apple is seen as like a hardware play, or at least it was for a long time. Like, you have a brand new iPhone, you have something people want, your sales are going to be good. If you don't have a new iPhone, nothing attractive, your sales aren't going to be as good, right? I don't necessarily think in that camp, but I think Apple is like one of the things that goes first if consumers slow down and we really go into a recession. Apple's going to be one that's on the chopping block. You're not going to get that new phone if it's in between paying rent and upgrading your phone. You're just not going to do that. So, Apple's trading at some of the highest multiples it's ever traded at. Besides, obviously, like the .com era and stuff like that. Apple was actually created on my birthday. It was actually founded on my birthday, April 1st, 1978. Interesting. But, your clickbait titles are misleading. Stop doing this, man. It doesn't help the community. Well, I feel you, bro. But let me know what's clickbait. I'm a little confused on what is clickbait. Like, exactly what is clickbait. Okay, April Fools, what a joke. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I've heard that a lot. Oh man, they've got me good before. You want to hear this one? I love a good cake pop. Love a good cake pop. It's my birthday like 2 or 3 years ago. And I was actually sleeping because I was at my girlfriend's grandma's house for a minute. And they made cake pops, and instead of like cake, they did it with a Brussels sprout, and got me. As soon as I woke up, I took a bite, like, what the hell? And it was a Brussels sprout with frosting on it and sprinkles. Depressing. That was a good one. It got me. I'm watching this on my flip phone, the Razr. Oh man, we thought we were so cool with the flip phones. I remember when Facebook was like a newer thing. And you had like the flip phones, and you could only like go on Facebook. Obviously, like, it wasn't a browser like we have now. It was like a you just click down, and it'd be like the blue box would just go down, and then click on shit and like stuff. Man, those were crazy times. I wish I had some of that. Like old phones and stuff. I remember the iPod 4 and 5. Man, that was so cool. Like, going back now, I would have, like, man, it would have been, I feel like it would have been so easy to say, hey, this is going to be big. But a lot of that stuff starts with younger kids, right? Believe it or not, a lot of the younger kids were getting the first iPods for Christmas and things like that. A lot of, sorry for anybody that's older here, but like my mom, she didn't even she still don't have an iPhone. She's never had an iPhone because she thinks it's too complicated. So my mom used the flip phone for like 10 years after like iPhones were out, like touchscreen phones. Or no, like the flip phone, right? The one you flick up and you're so cool, you flick it up, dial and talk. And then she had the slider. This girl, man. This girl, one day, she was texting and driving, and she almost ran us straight off the road. I'm like, Mom, and I grabbed the wheel and put us the other way. Good times, good times. Man, that brings back a lot of memories. Don't flip us off. Just smash the like button. Motorola original flip phone. Oh my gosh. Yeah. See, I didn't get to experience the pager though. I heard a lot of great stories about the pager days, but I was not unfortunately able to be a part of that. They still use pagers in hospitals though, but I've never seen. I don't think I've ever seen a pager. I did have a cassette tape player though, like a portable one, like a mobile one. I thought I was the shit, and then I upgraded to a CD. One of those you put the CD in, close it, got the little headphones, and they're like the bulky padded ones. Oh man, community is falling apart. We all see the writing on this wall. I don't agree. I think the core people know what the trade is. They know, kind of at this point you've already lost so much money. Like some people, right? Obviously some people are not. If you've been buying in this price range and you've averaged down to this range, which a lot of people have, then you're somewhat neutral on your position right now. In all reality, you have not lost that much money. Now, if you bought in the 50s, 60s, and you have not averaged down, then I could see the case there for being a little disappointed just in general. But I think a lot of people look at it like, what's the worst case scenario? And we seen it was $13 per share. And that was during a moment of fear. So, like, this is, you could say fear, but it's not like full risk off mode. So we're kind of in this range. Like, just imagine these blue lines, like from here to like 21. Like, this is likely the range that we will trade in until we get catalyst. And I don't see many negative catalysts for AMC. Like, name me one, I guess, that would be a negative catalyst. Maybe if people just don't show up for movies or to go to the theater, but I don't think that's going to be the case. It's for clicks. Well, it is for the clicks, but it's not for the clickbait, you know what I'm saying? Rick James, bitch. I don't know. I didn't see your message. I didn't see your message, Rick James, but I imagine it was offensive. Phone the desktop I had at age 12 was called an Apple II Plus. Oh my gosh. Yes, Apple, man. Yeah, and Apple almost went out of business too. Like, very, very close. And then, like with Apple in general, some people were saying when they announced they're trying to get into more subscription style revenue, like leasing out iPhones. A lot of people were saying that's probably because they're expecting a lack of demand in the future. So a lot of people were expecting and talking about that's actually a negative thing that they were saying. But if they can't figure out how to keep driving growth, then they'll either have to start paying a higher dividend, or they will have to spend a lot more money to get that growth. Like, they're going to have to spend a lot of money into EV vehicles, things like that, but their program. And they can do that. Right? Like, they have, if anyone has the money to put into some shit, it's Apple. But one of those things, like Apple could definitely have an Amazon year or two, right? Amazon really has not done anything in a long time. Like, this is such a range-bound stock, it's ridiculous. Like, look, Amazon has not done shit since July of 2020. This thing has been around $3,000. It's moved up a little bit, but, you know, no more than 20, 18, 20%, and then comes straight back down to 3,000. Right? It's really in this wicked range for such a long time. Hi. Say AMC to the moon. Say let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, so I'm not necessarily super bullish on Apple. It's a safer trade, I guess, relative, but I think there's a lot better opportunities like Square, PayPal that are beaten down a lot. Ling Ling. Ling Ling, say bye. Say bye. Bye. Say bye. 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 You wanna... Let's go, baby. Yeah, she says that. She'll get in my chair, and she'll get here with the mouse, and act like she's doing research. She'll be like, "Let's go, baby." But when she's on the spot, she doesn't want to do it. Ever. Nothing. Rick James. Ask again, Rick James. I don't think we'll go below 17. Me either. I mean, we've went down so much in such a short amount of time. I think we'll see 14s again. Yeah, and that's the thing, 24 the money when AMC was 13s. Everyone was waiting for 10. Yeah, and that's how it'll go. You break under 20, people are like 15's coming. You get to 15, everybody's talking about 10. But I always revert back to there's a business here that's getting better. So the underlying fundamentals are getting better. The stock can do whatever the hell it wants, but such an adorable potato. Yes, thank you. Anyone here like ZZ Cool, the natural one with melatonin? Great. Oh, I need to get some of that. That actually sounds great. Let's go, man. I think I lack melatonin sometimes. Smash the like button for Ling Ling. Yeah. Ling Ling, she likes the like button smashed. That's a fact. Picked up some 24s for Mara expire Thursday. A lot of volume. Mara just trades with crypto. It's kind of like oil and oil stocks. But it's at a key level again. I mean, you got the triple bottom. You got like 4 bottoms in here around this price. Definitely lots of support right there. Especially if crypto goes up, that would be a good one. Yeah, and AMC is there at 1348 cross. I don't believe so. I mean, with The stock's just been going down, so yeah, no. The 13 is the orange, and the blue is the 48. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess you've seen it right here, right? The 13 crossed the 48, the blue one, but the stock only went down. That was right here on this 45% day. You did see the 13 cross the 48, and then it's been all downhill from there. Start doing yoga and deep stretching. It'll help you sleep. I'm definitely gonna take note of that. Yoga. Do I gotta wear yoga pants? I mean, cause I wouldn't mind. I'm just playing. I got these I got these underwear for Christmas, and I just wore them, and I think they're like a size too small. And apparently, I mean, I got a nice ass in them, is what I'm told. But like, seriously, that's not even a joke. I'm like, man, I can't even keep my pants up, but thank you. I'll take it. Watching TCI and making tacos on the flat grill just needed AMC to moon, and life would be great. Oh, imagine that. Imagine that. Just on a summer day, cooking on the grill, looking at your portfolio, and it's just tendies. That's it. Imagining how you're gonna spend it, what you're gonna do. If you don't like have a heart attack when it happens. That's the thing I always think about. Like, what if, like if I won the lottery for like 300 million, like, I feel like I'd just have like a heart attack. It'd be just die of excitement real quick. Happy late birthday, brother. Thank you. It was a good one. It was very eventful. Review Dork said something a while ago that you gotta let AMC just marinate, and that's a good way to put it, I think. Yeah, you just gotta let it marinate. Work out a lot and smoke fire weed and take melatonin. Yeah, that sounds like a recipe for sleep, huh? And take melatonin. That's my favorite combo. Well, if you're gonna do it big, right? I think my daughter needs like melatonin or something. Like, I think there's kid gummies that you can buy, but I've been hesitant on it. But sometimes it's like super late. No nap or anything, and she's throwing temper tantrums now. She'll throw herself on the ground and just start screaming and crying and freaking out and just throw herself around. I'm like, this is what a temper tantrum is, huh? That's crazy. Happy birthday, my fellow Aries. I just had mine today, my 30th. Happy birthday, brother. There we go. There we go. In there like swimwear. Don't you dare give your daughter any of that crap. That's what I was thinking. Melatonin is natural, but that's like what your body produces to put you to sleep. But I don't know. She don't want to miss any action. She is just all about it. Oh, look at that NASDAQ popping. Futures looking good. Up 0.67%. S&P up about 0.5%. The Dow up 0.42%. But, I mean, futures really don't mean anything when, like last night, you could be super green or super red, wake up, shit's really green, and then you end the day down 0.3% across the board. And this is actually the same response we got from CPI, I believe in February or January. We had CPI came out, markets were green, and then just slipped throughout the whole day. Super sus merged all the way back since 1885. Employee option buying recently as well. What company? Oh, this company FTI. It's super sus. Man, I thought Mullen was super sus, but sometimes those are like let me tell you about companies like that. They either are super sus or they're very attractive investments, but the cheaper they are, the better. Is this it? FTI? But yeah, we do have PPI in the morning as well, so don't forget that one. FTI Food Tech or Technif? What the hell? What? I would love to hear somebody pronounce that. How do you pronounce that? Technif. Dude, I can't. I can't. Yeah, just call it FTI. Yeah. I've never seen that word in my life. It looks like my daughter typed in tech and then just put some random shit in. The name of that looks sketchy. I ain't gonna lie. Converters to melatonin in vitro, bro. Besides in the sports drinks. Oh yeah, them things got plenty of sugar. You were calling moved upside to 40s last week. Now you are talking going back down to 15. So much knowledge, just saying. I mean, I did call out the bullish CPI, the CPI market event, which for AMC, granted, was not a rally. Called out the rally, one of the most historical rallies after the Fed, and I definitely profited quite a lot on that one. I don't strive to be right on the actual. Well, I do. I shouldn't say I don't strive to be right on AMC's actual price movements, but there's a lot that affect AMC that can even differ from the markets like we've seen today. There was absolutely no reason that AMC sold off in the beginning of trading, but did it happen? Yes. And, things develop. I don't think it's very likely we go to 15. I think there's a greater chance that we bounce from here, but is it a possibility? Sure. I mean, we're not too far off of that. If we go down to 15, that's like music to my ears, because then I get to load up on some options and buy some more cheap shares that I didn't do as much back here when it hit 13. But man, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's all love. We love you. We love you. I've been doing this for a long time. Long time, my friend. But it's all right. Spell it so I can see it. Oh man. You don't even want to. Trust me. FTI. It's Tech, TECH, NIP, Technif. I see. I can't. I don't even know where to start on that. Yeah, I'm not saying to advocate melatonin over here. No, I mean, I feel you, TMI Nike. It's not. I mean, it's. I personally know a lot of people that have. Like I'm really neutral on it. You know, I know it's natural. I know there's not, it's kind of one of those things. Anything in moderation is usually not terrible for you. But if it were to be a huge problem, if she were to just stay up all night, every night, then, yeah, she might get some melatonin. I don't even like taking anything, though. Which I probably should for my sleeping shit. Or I need to get on TMI's. Routine. Routine. That sounds fire. ISPO, please drop so low. Waiting till 5/5. Yeah, that's a very attractive one too. Technip. I'll just call it Technip. Yeah, that thing's a little weird though. A little weird of a name. It pays a dividend though. Wow. Oh, it did pay a dividend. COVID fucked that up, huh? That's not good. That's not a good sign. This thing can't pay a dividend for longer than 5 quarters. That's no good. Does it even report earnings? I don't even see an earnings report. Weird. Yeah, that's a sketch. That's a sketch company for sure. Oh, reverse split in 21. Technofa. Yeah, weird. Imagine who named that. That's a different one. I can't really say anything though, cause Square turned their name to Block, so that's a little weird too. But yeah, ISPO. Jeez, it's at $6.64. Give me a damn break. Wow, I honestly did not see that one coming. Oh my god. It's so attractive though at these levels. Like this business is growing at like 45% and it has like 300 million in revenue in their for last year, and they're projecting almost 400 million in revenue for this year. So I think it's pretty attractive, but it's definitely in the speculation camp. Ling, you want some melatonin?
No melatonin.
You want melatonin? Huh?
Not for Ling.
Oh my gosh. I can't do anything right.
She's going behind the chair.
Call it circle. Yeah, good point. Good point, Ling. Okay. You've already broken my drone that I just got and haven't even flown yet, so thank you, Ling. Come again. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. As far as technicals, what you guys were saying, the 50-day moving average, that's the key in my opinion. Huh? Hold on. Yeah, the 50-day moving average is going to be very important. We're kind of just in this range. Either you're going to come back up above the 50-day, right, at $18.47 per share, or come back down to about $15 per share. Looks like tomorrow's going to be a solid day, but you've just seen the volume come in, come down, a lot of shorting activity, and a lot of catalysts we've been contending with. There's not anything real definitive that you could pull out from this besides, obviously, if you wanted to draw just some simple lines here. I mean, you could come to the conclusion here that you're definitely in a wedge, and you're definitely going to see a break here soon. Probably back to the upside if I were to imagine. I mean, it's very hard to tell here in this day and age when the markets revolve around catalyst. If AMC gets a catalyst that's bullish, stock will likely go up. You do have BBBY earnings tomorrow, and that's going to be the most important thing. And always keep in mind, technicals, it's one tool to trying to figure out what's going to happen next, right? Like it's not the one thing that is always going to hold true and all that. It's really a bunch of things, but the macro is going to be important. Those data points in the morning, that's going to be key. Last look in the Nasdaq is ripping up 0.72%, Dow up 0.43%, S&P up 0.49%. Shoo. Woo. Looking pretty good. Night night everyone. This all natural Z-Quil is hitting me feeling sleepy. Oh, there we go. There we go. I'm gonna get some of that too. I haven't even thought about that, honestly. I've been just miserable, staying up till like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, getting up at 9. And I'm like I gotta get up at 9. So I don't care how tired I am. And I can't do that anymore. Sleep schedule is whacked. So thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate all you guys. Holder of the shares. It would be in the description of this video or in the pinned comment of the last video. I wasn't actually able to upload a video and do the pinned comment earlier. YouTube was messing up. It wouldn't let me go to the home page to actually do that. But yeah, that's where you could get more information on that if you wanted to, or if anyone else wants to come join the trading group. Link down below, pinned comment of the last video or in the description of the live stream. So thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate all you guys, and